We know that teachers teach. However, not always students learn what they are taught, nor do they learn all the time. Then, assessment becomes necessary within learning and teaching processes to measure and compare learners' results, monitor learners' progress, identify strengths, weaknesses, limitations, and needs in both learning and teaching. Inform which strategies and materials are effective in addressing particular learning needs. Empower learners to make decisions about what and how to continue learning. Provide learners with detailed feedback. Most importantly, support teaching and learning processes so that effective learning can take place. My name is Emilce Castellanos. I've been a language teacher for more than 20 years. Based on my experience, I could say that assessment is the process that allows me to understand my students, comprehend what I teach, in my case I teach communicative competence, and know myself as a teacher. Assessment is essential not only for measuring how much students have learned, but also for understanding how they learn and whether they can use their knowledge in new situations. Additionally, assessment promotes problem solving and critical thinking skills. Given the importance of assessment, I would like to present some ideas about this construct in the field of teaching and learning English as a foreign language. How can we define evaluation, assessment, and testing? Evaluation. It is a process of examining something to determine whether it aligns with pre-established objectives, while also measuring its value, quality, and effectiveness. Brown and Abey-Wickrama state that evaluation involves collecting and analyzing information to make judgments or decisions. Policies, educational systems, programs, curriculum, and educational initiatives, among others, are evaluated by governments or other state authorities. Assessment. Brown and Abey-Wickrama state that assessment is an ongoing process that measures goals and progress so that learners and teachers can reflect on their strengths and weaknesses within the context of learning and teaching processes. This reflection often leads to various actions, including the promotion of autonomy, task redesign, strategy use, and the adoption of pedagogical instruments tailored to specific requirements. General competences, know, do, be, and learn, as well as communicative competence that comprises linguistics, social linguistics, and pragmatics, are assessed by teachers and learners. Testing. It is a process that materializes assessment. According to Brown and Abey-Wickrama, tests are procedures that occur with frequency to measure and evaluate learners' responses. Summative and formative assessment are tested by teachers and test developers. According to the Common European Framework, language users must develop both general competences and communicative competence. Among general competences, there is declarative knowledge that refers to the knowledge of the world and awareness of diversity. Also, learners must develop skills, existential knowledge, and strategies for learning. Therefore, general competences entail doing, knowing, being, and learning. On the other hand, communicative competence comprises linguistics, social linguistics, and pragmatics. When we talk about assessment, there are some principles we must consider. Practicality. It refers to the appropriate management of budget, time, resources, materials, and effort. Additionally, this principle is evident when directions are clear. Reliability. It refers to the degree to which a test can be replicated with consistent results. Validity. It is evident when tasks measure what it is supposed to measure. Authenticity. When tasks are likely to occur in real-life situations. Washback. It refers to the impact of testing on teaching and learning processes. Feasibility. It is evident when a test can be accomplished by examinees. Fairness. It refers to the extent to which a test is appropriate for all examinees irrespective of their personal or social differences. Democracy. It refers to diversity, awareness. Assessment purposes can be categorized into 4 types: assessment as learning, assessment for learning, assessment of learning, assessment in learning. Assessment as learning emphasizes students' active involvement in the self-assessment process to support their own learning. Assessment for learning focuses on ongoing assessment and feedback to highlight learners' strengths and weaknesses and improve students' learning. Assessment of learning is typically used for marking and grading to measure the outcomes of learning. Assessment in learning informs which strategies and materials are effective in meeting the specific learning requirements of students. All 4 purposes should be present in the learning and teaching processes. Regarding assessment, I could say that it is important to have a clear concept about it, and equally important, we have to differentiate evaluation, assessment, and testing. In that way, we can focus on assessment, and we can understand the principles and the purposes of this aspect of the teaching practice within the classroom. So, after understanding what is assessment, how it works, what are the principles behind it, and what are its purposes within the classroom, so we can improve the practice of this in the classroom. So as a teacher, I have assessed my students. I have applied the summative assessment and the formative assessment in different ways, but and sometimes we give more importance to teaching than assessing. So in fact, assessing students is so demanding, is so frustrating, and sometimes we end up as teachers evaluating or assessing students just to know if they pass or if they fail the term and the year, because we have to create the reports and to inform parents about the progress of their children. But I think more than assessing, we need to teach our learners how to self-assess their processes. I think it would be more effective. Instead of assessing 36 students, they must self-assess their processes. So I think the result would be better. And in this sense, teaching students how to apply metacognition processes will help them plan, monitor, and evaluate their process as students regarding the tasks and deciding which strategies are more suitable for them. In some, the more aware students are about the process, the better outcomes they will get.